Hey Geminis, and welcome to your January 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here, almost saying 2018 because I am still not used to it being 2019. I hope that you all are doing well. I'm right on board with you as I see your energies coming in. Y'all are kind of ready to make a big change. Y'all are ready to get out of something. You're ready to recalibrate. You're ready to just really change up a lot of the things that you're doing. Relationship dynamics need a bit of changing. It's sort of like the energy of spring cleaning. We're still in winter, but you are definitely cleaning out a lot of things in your life, having a lot of purge, having a lot of detox, having a lot of changes in general coming in. You've felt a little bit unlucky coming out of December. I do feel that that changes in January, but you've got a lot to address relating to how you experience luck and prosperity in your life. Also, you've got a lot to address relating to changes that have needed to be made, but you haven't been able to make. You've wanted a very strong change for a long time, but there's been something about you that you've felt like too weak or too soon, like something has felt undercooked relating to change. So you've kind of been waiting it out. It feels like you've been in like a storm cellar. Like that's the energy that I'm feeling. Like you've been waiting for a storm to pass before you move, before you make a change, and then you're going to kind of make a run for it. It feels. It does feel like January can be a bit of a run for things, and it feels like you are kind of wanting to escape something. There is something heavy there, but you're not scared of it anymore. I really like that you're not scared of the energy that's coming in because it is such a strong ending phase. The world has been coming up for a lot of people. We are in Capricorn and moving into Aquarius time in January. So there's a strong sense of pulling everything together and then releasing from it and moving on to the next thing. Six of Pentacles is your central theme this month, Gemini, so you are completely focused on the give and take aspects of your life. What needs compromising? What contracts need to be rewritten or destroyed? It feels like some of you are tearing up contracts, whether that be contracts that are real or like what feels to be a commitment to other people. There is a commitment issue coming up for Gemini in general right now. I will say that. I'm not going to shy away from it. Some of you are just very scared to commit and very scared to perhaps take a relationship or a career to the next level, even though you know it's there and you know the time is coming. I urge you guys to not have that fear anymore. Jupiter is in Sagittarius, which is a very benevolent energy for you. Like you don't know how benevolent Jupiter in Sag can be for you. It does add a little bit of pressure sometimes to have Jupiter opposite because there's a very strong overarching goal that becomes like reachable. And sometimes when goals become reachable, that's when it becomes scary because then you have to face like, well, if I don't reach it, how am I going to cope with myself? Don't worry about it, Gemini. You're going to reach it. You're going to do fine. You've got to really build your confidence starting here and now. And by March, I want to see you guys really being confident and really being unafraid to reach toward what you're looking for. You have death and judgment in your reading, the world, huge transformation coming on. Don't underestimate how you'll change in January. Don't underestimate the changes that are possible. Three of Swords reversed. Try to not take emotions too seriously. Try to just not be hurt by things too much. Try to not really dissect things and really analyze the words of people and try to see how it's hurtful. Queen of Swords reversed is in your reading, which can point to being a bit over analytical, looking for patterns that are not there or looking for pain that is not there. So beware of that. Justice is in your reading. Everything is going to come together. Everything is going to be fair. Everything's going to be balanced at the end of the day. But you're going to feel unbalanced through January. I won't lie, but you have to understand that it's through that the balance can be seen and determined. Okay, and to go ahead and get into your week-to-week Gemini, week number 1 of January 2019, you have Queen of Swords reversed, rooted down by death reversed. So anything that's leading to pain or trauma deals with over-analysis and deals with trying to see faults that potentially aren't there. You're really formulaic right now. Queen of Swords is a natural and natal energy for you, Gemini. So it's really natural for you to be very calculating and really wrapping your mind around everything in your life. If things aren't quite easy to see or if things aren't quite coming together simply, trust that and don't worry too much about it. To look too far into things or to delve too far or to investigate too much leads to you resisting transformation right now. A lot of your transformation deals with trust. So trust that you don't need to overthink. If something needs to come to your attention, it's going to be there. It's going to be obvious. Don't search too much for hidden truths because you might discover like a Pandora's box, I feel like, and it's just not necessary right now. Week number 2, strongest week in January, judgment rooted down by justice. You are really being changed and awoken. Awoken. If I can speak, you are really waking up to the changes that need to be made. And with coming from the first week with having death as well, there's just such a strong sense of knowing what changes need to be made, of knowing what clarity you need to find. And that's going to become obvious in the second week, so watch out for it. Maybe write it down for those of you who have planners. Maybe write down, like, this is a changing week, and just keep your eyes and ears open for that catalyst that comes in, because it is there. You're going to see things for what they are in the second week. You're going to see the truth of the situation, so there's really no need to investigate too far, because the truth is coming up there, and the obvious truth is coming up there, so do revel in that and enjoy that. To me, it's also a sign that fairness can be achieved for all parties in your life. A lot of what you're dealing with is being afraid that your actions will hurt the people around you if you're, like, true and authentic in them. And perhaps also that the people around you's actions will hurt you if they're true and authentic in them. To me, in the second week, it feels that a plateau can be reached, and a meeting halfway of understanding that we can both be authentic in our actions and still find fairness and happiness for each other. So finding an end result that works for everybody is more possible than you're thinking it is there. Try to not get too frustrated. Week number 3, 3 of Pentacles, reversed or down by the world. So funny. A lot of signs have been having that 3 of Pentacles pop up in the third week, and I think that it's just so funny. And it's also really benevolent and synchronistic, because it says to me that you can really start a new project, but for some reason you're not being too confident in that. It is reversed. So things dealing with collaboration, teamwork, putting what we have together to create a result is the overarching theme of your month. 6 of Pentacles as well. It's not feeling fair. It's not feeling balanced. And the third week will show you what is unfair and unbalanced about it. It's true. And with it being rooted down by the world, it says to me that you're going to have an ending to that sense of just discord that you've had throughout all of 2018, I know, Gemini, relating to how you relate with people, to how you team up with people, to how you achieve something with people, and, like, having all these different directions and all these different desires, and trying to come to, what's the word there's this word, like, you're trying to come to it's not a consensus, but it's like, when two people can both find, like, a middle ground. It'll come to me in a minute. But that's what you're coming to in the third week, and you can find an ending to the lack of that, I feel like. And it's important to see and allow yourself to find that. Sometimes Gemini is like a problem solver, like a fixer energy. The mutable signs can be that, as well as some of the fixed signs, like Virgo and Sag. I always think of, when I think of, like, the fixers, the people who want to, like, get into problems and, like, solve them and, like, make it like well again. So, like, are you ready to have things peaceful? And are you ready to not have things to fix? Are you ready for the system to work itself? You have to see in the third week if you're ready for that, and you have to let go of anything that is still keeping you there, because you might be like, oh, I just hate how all these people, there's always problems, and we can never come to a consensus. We can never come to a middle ground. But, like, in reality, that might be a bit of a, like, you might feed off of that a little bit, and you might get some of your best ideas when you're coping from that frustration. So think about that as well, and think about if you can probably also get those same good ideas without that frustration, and then just allow that frustration to go away. In the fourth week of January, you have 3 of Swords reversed, rooted down by 9 of Cups reversed. Some of you have felt a little bit attacked. I will say that some of you feel just like people aren't respecting your position. Perhaps you're feeling overqualified for what you're doing, or you're feeling like your words or your values are not being respected by who you're with. Why is that coming in for Gemini? I definitely urge you to look at how you're respecting the values of others and, like, what you're thinking, like, deep within. I do feel that something very polite has emerged in Gemini over 2018, something, like, very nice, actually, and, like, very sweet, and, like, you would never really openly disrespect someone for most Geminis. But is it happening within? Like, are you putting on, like, a really happy face, but in reality you see some other people succeeding who you don't like very much, and you're, like, very upset about that, even if you're not voicing that? There's something to do with seeing other people who might have not been great to you succeed that seems to be wrapped up in this karmic cycle of not feeling respected, and not feeling the respect you feel you deserve in your position, whether that be your position as, a husband or wife, or, your position as an account executive, or whatever it is. You're feeling like people below you get more respect than you. So there is a hierarchical thing kind of coming up there. And you'll see in the fourth week clearly what is building that. So you'll see you'll see why people are acting toward you the way that they are, and you have the perfect setup here with like justice and judgment and death reversed to take that information and to not take it personally, to not take it to heart. I like Three of Swords reversed because it says to me that you're not just going to let this hurt your feelings and then not even see the moral of the story. Like it might hurt your feelings a little bit, but you're going to take that and you're going to process that. You're going to balance that. You're going to balance the scales with that, like with justice. You're going to see the fairness in it, and then you're going to deliberate and decide whether this situation is best for you or not. Or you're going to decide how you can build a structure where you get the respect you feel you deserve. A lot of this month deals with respect and hierarchy for you, actually. And there's a part of you that wishes it would just fall into place. Like, you don't understand why it's been you. You don't understand why you've had to face this in this way. Nine of Cups reversed. Also, you feel like you're just not having a good luck with this. Like, you feel like there's like a lack of just like natural falling into place, which is happening for everyone right now. We have Saturn in Capricorn, we have Pluto in Capricorn, and we've just come out of Capricorn time. So things do not naturally fall into place. They're like well constructed, they're well built, and they're like through disciplined action coming together. So, utilizing all of those things will give you the best result, which is kind of hard for Gemini because Capricorn is a quincunx single to you, which is unnatural. So it's like an unnatural energy wavelength for you to embrace Capricorn energy. So getting into Aquarius time will be good, much more natural for you. But there will be a need to utilize that structure that you have seen in the first half of the month very easily and very adeptly, which I feel like you'll be very good with doing. Again, your central theme for the month is that Six of Pentacles. It's not the funnest energy. It's not a fun thing at all. It's a vital and necessary thing, in the sense that if you don't see how uneven I don't just want to call it respect, because respect gives me too much of an egoic vibe, but Six of Pentacles does have a lot to do with ego. So if you don't see some of these ego factors that are coming in, it'll just create like a great little breeding ground for trauma to come in. So see it now before it's too late, and then change it. Like, it's really easy. You don't have to think hard about it. You don't have to go crazy. In fact, it's more encouraged to just sit with it, and it feels that the answer comes to you very naturally. And so sit with the feeling of unevenness, of like disrespect, or of issues regarding the ego, and then just see what natural answers come up. It will be there, Gemini, and then the structure for transformation is already set out. You don't even have to work on that. So just think about whatever you can to create a stronger sense of teamwork, to create a stronger sense of respect from yourself and towards others, to create a sense of platform and create a sense of, ending that which is not good for you anymore and beginning anew. It is the new year time, although the true new year is March, but we have the calendar new year here, which is somewhat of a beginning energy, but it's not a natural beginning energy. So do take that into account. It is actually a natural building and ending energy. So yeah, but we do have a bit of a societal thing with it, so it takes on a bit of a new energy. That's why this time is so crazy, though, is because it's not a natural time for new. It is a natural time for old, actually. But yeah, enjoy your new year. Plan to kind of by March really be embracing something new and really be jumping along. The 2019 Year Ahead series should be out soon, and perhaps if you're watching this video a little bit later in January, it will already be out. I will put it in the description box below, or maybe comment it if it is already out. If you guys get the opportunity to check out my Patreon page, I so hope that y'all will be able to go over there. You can follow me for free, but I do have a subscription service for only $5 a month. You can get these readings early and ad-free. I'm really trying to create another platform over there just because it's so necessary to keep this up. This is work. Like, y'all know what it's like. Like, I think that a lot of you are involved with things that like sometimes don't look very hard, but like take so much. So if you guys have like really benefited from my readings, I would so appreciate it if you would jump over to my Patreon page. And if you're benevolent right now, to sign on to one of the subscription services, which gets you so much, like crafting your 2019 is my goal for this year. It's not just a free donation. It is actually giving you services, which are, I think, really helpful. So yeah, be sure to check that out. I'll put that in the center of the screen here. Again, check the description box below if you want to follow me on social media or book a reading with me, anything like that. Yeah, Gemini, you're beautiful. You're thriving. You're getting there. A little bit of heaviness this month, but you'll get there. Much love to you guys. Check out your Sun, Moon, Rising sign, 2019 Year Ahead series, all of that. Talk soon. Bye.